What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian and I'm here today with a pack that I quite honestly and quite literally cannot wait to open. It has come directly from Singapore. I honestly did not expect that this would arrive today because it just went out last week, but here it is. And so I'm not gonna belabor this. I'm gonna get this open and then we can talk about what it actually is. All right. So this is a backpack from Camo Equipment, and it is a sample pack, meaning it is one that they made for either training or testing purposes. And in this case, it is a Red Dawn camouflage, Red Dawn being the 1984 movie with Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen, camouflage Dejen backpack. And whew, this is out there. This is out there. I knew it was gonna be out there, and that's the reason that I wanted this. Now, I have to say shout out to Kim in Singapore who sold me this pack. You were absolutely fantastic to work with. You made sure this got in my hands safe and sound at a very reasonable price. I really appreciate that. Good looking out. Thank you so much. And shout out as well to Camo Equipment, the maker of this pack, for kind of setting this whole thing up. I saw this on their Instagram. They were looking to encourage reuse, and they actually said go to their Facebook page and basically comment in kind of a buy-sell post of theirs where they would make sure that original owners actually were the ones selling their packs so you could buy with confidence. And this is the exact sample pack that they had listed on their Instagram to sort of advertise this ability. So I saw this, I said, what the heck is that? Honestly, it's a fascinating story. Apparently in the movie, the Soviets invade the United States and the movie producers did not know what Soviet camouflage looked like. They didn't have Soviet camouflage they could just go buy. So they invented their own, and this is what they came up with. And honestly, the Red Dawn ties aren't really part of the appeal to me. I just thought when I saw it to the eye that it was an intriguing pattern, and you know, it just fits the icy hot ethos of being out there and unique. This is one of those packs where I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it or not, but I'm really interested in kind of checking out what Camo Equipment has to offer. And what better way to do that than a kind of one-off sample pack? I mean, I don't think even if you wanted this that you would be able to commission someone to do this again, because this material is not just readily available as a raw material. I don't even know how they sourced it. But beyond that, as you see, they've done a really good job really making this a statement piece, but also tying it together very cohesively. So on the front we have the Red Dawn camo. They actually told me they got matching anthracite zippers, and you can see they've accented this with an anthracite gray on the bottom with actually kind of outlines of black. So they've intermingled gray and black into the side. I did prefer kind of water bottle pockets. This is a Pals Molly setup, but it's going to be very modular. I'll be able to kind of attach whatever I want there, including a water bottle pocket if I like. Into the back, one of my favorite pieces is they linked in the Red Dawn camo to the straps. They've got matching kind of hardware in the gray. It's just a super awesome, unique design, and they did a really good job just tying everything in together with everything else. So let's actually evaluate this pack, because I've never seen a Dejen before. I believe it's ballpark 20 liters. It feels like it's a really just nice size. And in fact, before I get this open, let's see how much it weighs. All right, we're looking at 2 pounds, 15.5 ounces. That's 3 pounds for all intents and purposes. Feels pretty light to the touch. It is a 500D Kadura on the front. I did confirm that directly with Azo, mixed in with 1000D throughout the rest of the pack. So this is going to be an incredibly durable backpack. As we dig in, let's start in the front. And I can tell you one thing I like right off the bat is that they have a counter pull to this zipper on the front pocket. That is a huge benefit just from a usability perspective. Zipper pulls. Gotta try the zippers. First time using an Azo zipper, what do we think? Wraps the corner nice and smooth, and it is Aqua Guard, so it is going to be weatherproof. That is really nice as well. Into this front pocket, we've got, wow, 1000D Kadura with a PALS setup again, a giant Velcro loop field underneath, and I like how they put the anthracite underneath that, so it just accents the PALS laser cut setup that you have there. On the back side, we've got what appears to be fully lined gray nylon pack cloth, same as I think what's under the PALS webbing, and this pocket does go all the way to the bottom, so it's a very kind of flat but large front pocket. Kind of disappointed that there isn't a zippered pocket here, but let's get into the main compartment because that might fill those needs. Onto the main compartment. Subtle touch, but something to note. You'll see the difference in the zipper size between the front pocket and the main compartment. And not all builders will use a larger zipper for the main compartment. You can even see the size of the zip attachment themselves. These zippers for a main compartment zip are amazing. So let's get this open and see what we think. Very smooth. Ooh, I like this a lot. Wow, full clamshell opening, and it's beyond a full clamshell. I mean, that little narrow stretch that they have there right here, it's tiny compared to most packs. So this pack really is designed to get wide open and leave very minimal material sort of hanging off the end when it flops over. And that makes access a breeze. I mean, look at that. You know, the material isn't hung up, kind of like if it only zipped to there and you're doing this, you just get the whole thing open. On the back side of the front, interesting, a very different material to the one here. I don't know if you can see it. This one's very smooth, whereas this one has kind of a ripstop grid pattern to it. We've got two pockets, one nice large one up top, one smaller one on the bottom, but both a pretty healthy size. So this scratches the itch that I was looking for in the front. And then for this main compartment, interesting, there is zero padding on the bottom, just to be aware. There's no foam in there whatsoever. We do have what appears to be a laptop compartment that is strictly foam on the front, and it goes right into kind of the back panel, which actually has an adjustable harness system, so it's feeling quite soft throughout. Not necessarily consistent, but should protect your stuff just fine. Into the bottom, which does have a kind of false bottom, false floor, so that's going to protect your laptop if you just drop this on the floor aggressively. Although again, there is no padding on the bottom at all, so still would recommend being a little bit careful in that respect. We've got a loop field on the back. We have some really soft but thick feeling, not even sure what this material is, but It's the underside of a quick access pocket up here, so let's check out. Oh my gosh, it's like felt. This is crazy soft. This is really nice. So you could actually get away with, I think, putting glasses in here, sunglasses, something that you really don't want to get scratched. It feels like just really, really soft felt that isn't going to damage your stuff. So normally I'd be putting wallet or a keys up here, but in this case, if you wanted, you could put glasses in there. I just would recommend not putting anything else that would scratch it if that's the case. And you still got to be careful because you could always damage it by squishing it. The handle here, I've seen other Degens before. I feel like it could be more substantial. This is very usable, I get it. There's actually nothing wrong with how usable this handle is. It's nice and wide. It just feels like it's a little bit plain, a little bit missing, like it could use another layer of something there, but that's all right. Sample packs, or take them or leave them. I've actually seen the sample pack item on the website listed as a product in the past. It's currently gone missing. As I said, it comes and goes quite often, so that's something I'll be keeping an eye out for going forward. And into the back, we've got some really nice, oh wow, didn't catch this in the photos. We've got actually two colors of foam. So again, just the really cool, really unique theme, but tying everything in together. We've got a gray foam up top into a black foam in the bottom, and what a clever setup. Wow. So the harness system is fully adjustable, and it actually attaches, it would appear, or maybe not. No, is that attached? It is attached. So there's Velcro in the back at the bottom that you can take off. Oh wow, and it goes way the heck far up. Wow, and it actually has straps to hold the adjustable harness in. So it's got both Velcro and straps. And so once you kind of get this adjusted how you want, it's not going to go anywhere on you, but it is probably going to be a little bit of work to make minor adjustments to this. I would probably recommend just undoing the straps entirely, adjusting the Velcro to be how you like, and then putting the straps back on as a final step. I have no idea how this is going to fit, so I got to test fit it first. The straps, fascinating. On the underside, not 100% sure, but this feels like tweed. It feels like the stuff that GWA uses on the underside of their strap, and I'm a huge fan of it. It makes the pack much more comfortable against the body. We've got compression strap attachments, it would appear, on the top and bottom of the sides. I don't know if compression straps were included with this. I'm not sure if I checked every pocket there is to check, but we also have what appears to be side access to the laptop compartment from the rear. I love that as a feature. It makes the whole pack so much more usable when you can quickly get in to the bag from the back into kind of a protected area without having to open the main compartment. Interesting to note that on this zipper, they went with a traditional reverse coil zipper that is not weatherproof like they did to the main compartment or front pocket. And I'm guessing that's just because they wouldn't anticipate that this area is going to get much weather into it. It's going to be protected from kind of just wearing it on your back and the height. And I do think it makes for a smoother action. So I'm gonna guess that's why they did that there. All right, so two things left to do here. One, I want to see what kind of things we can put into this main compartment, because being a 20-liter pack, it is on the smaller side, but the main compartment feels like a very usable space. Now, as usual, I've got to try my trusty camera cube. Alright, I've got a couple of things here. So this is my trusty go-to camera cube. Is it going to fit? It's one of those things where it doesn't necessarily look like it until you try it out, and I think it will, although with not a whole lot of room to spare. And then we've got a cap too we can throw on top, and it leaves just a little bit of extra room. Again, being a 20-liter pack, it is going to be on the smaller side, but this is absolutely usable for my purposes. One thing about the counter poles here is that for full clamshell backpacks, as you get to the bottom, it's really nice to have kind of counter poles all the way, because what are you supposed to grab to kind of get that through? So a counter pole right there would be just huge on full clamshell openings. Once you get the pack to this point, these compression strap Hypalon loops actually do a good job getting you the rest of the way. And you can actually use this as a counter pole once you cross the middle section. Overall, you know, would I commission this pack myself? Probably not. Do I love this pattern to death? Not necessarily. Do I really like this pack as a whole? Absolutely. I think it's super cool. Now, the sample packs go for 385 pounds, which is roughly $485 at the moment. That's close to what I paid for this, and it absolutely is worth it in my opinion in terms of the quality of the materials, the craftsmanship, and the uniqueness. There is no question this bag is a one of one. But the problem with the sample packs is you don't actually know what you're gonna get. Now, I've seen a lot of samples and they do look really cool, generally speaking, but every now and then I see one where I'd go, oh man, I don't know if I got that one, if I would like it. Flip side is, many of them I know if I received, I would absolutely love. So, you know, it's one of those mysteries in probably a good way. If you catch one, I would recommend going for it. One last thing to do here, let's try this on, see what we think, and then close this video out. So let's get this out of the way. And confirmed, it does stand up on its own. That is a huge positive as well, that not all bags do. Wow, that action was buttery smooth to tighten that strap. Love that the sternum strap even fits the theme, that they didn't black out the sternum strap. Straps are quite comfortable. I probably am going to play around with the overall adjustment on this harness because I have it, so why not? Similar to what I've done on the Mystery Ranch Unicorn 2.0, it did make a very significant difference to overall comfort. I think I'd like to get this pack sitting a little bit lower on my back. Overall, it does feel quite comfortable on there. In fact, I think I will just take a minute or two to try to just drop this down just a touch, just to see if I can get it feeling even better. All right, while we're at it, let's just look at this whole thing. So, whoa, that's pretty cool. So this is actually what the harness system looks like. This is what the back of the pack looks like. The harness attaches to the top, and then they didn't skimp on the material. The Red Dawn Camo goes all the way down the back, and they even stuck with tan loop field, which is really cool. And I have a feeling you could actually put a rigid kind of shovel in here, just like the Mystery Ranch packs if you wanted, but this one did not come with it. I don't think it's going to actually be necessary. This really is quite adjustable, given that they've got kind of load lifters at the top that kind of hold this in, that have adjustability. Let's see what we can do here. All right. So I think that's a very significant adjustment to the harness. It's probably too much, to be honest, but I think I just want to illustrate what is possible. So let's try this again. I'm definitely going to need to fine tune this, but I can already feel it's sitting very significantly lower on my back. And so this is going to be an exercise of loading this out with weight the way that I like, kind of finding where the pressure hits my back and then adjusting it to kind of fit exactly where I'm most comfortable with that pressure being. The straps, again, very comfortable, very GWA-esque with the tweave underneath, but thicker, more burly, just very cushiony, very airy for foam. Just kind of gives you a really nice hug. Feels substantial overall. This pack is a winner. I'm impressed. I'm really happy with this purchase. Thank you again to Kim. Thank you again to Azo. That's all I've got for this one. Let me know what you think of this pack in the comments. Have you seen the movie? Do you like the design? Do you like the Dejen? Would love to hear from you. And that's all I've got. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And I will see you at the next one soon.